The Chiefs coached themselves into a bad loss in Buffalo. Let's talk about that. Mike, at this point, I think that the formula to beat the Chiefs is well documented. You just rush the front four, and Andy Reid will not run the damn ball, no matter what.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, Kareem Hunt, excellent. They had no answer for Kareem Hunt. Plus 5 yards per carry in the first half. And then we just stop. We stop. And then we coach ourselves into a deficit. And then we can't run the ball, because that you just can't. You're playing from behind, right? So Andy's definitely not going to do it then. It's the same freaking game, same thing that we've watched 800 times. It's actually getting quite comical at this point.
Yeah, we tend to do this every year. There's that game that just seems so obvious that the team's fired up and ready to go and make it in a playoff atmosphere. And the Chiefs come out and just lay an egg. They do this every time. They're never – and look, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, who cares? We lose them every year and we beat them in the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. At some point, you've got to seriously take a look at this team and be like, this team is now going into the bye week, week 9. We're going to come out of the bye week in week 11. And we are sitting at 5-4. Okay, 2 games already behind the Broncos. And essentially 2 games behind the Chargers. And the Broncos and the Chargers don't play the hardest schedule in the world going forward.
Right.
And I get it. Like, yes, we can win head to head the rest of the way and probably do. But at some point, you got to stop making that an excuse as to why we can't show up and play a game in the regular season.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
It is what it is, Mike. This is the same game that we've watched 900 times. You don't run the ball early enough to establish the run game. You refuse to do it, even though it's working and they have no answer for it. And then you get yourself backed into a corner and you can't do it anymore.
Steve,
and
this defense.
Dude, they still had an opportunity after halftime to come out and just run the football with Kareem Hunt, which they could not stop.
Right.
And you throw 3 straight incomplete passes and punt the ball away.
They did that to start the game. Okay, look, after the Bills got the ball and went 11 plays for 84 yards and just marched down the field like they were against the 4th team practice squad for the frickin' Vanderbilt Commodores, okay, they come out and just take us to school on that first drive, and you're like, okay, it's not a big deal. Every single team we played, their best drive has come their very first drive, it seems. Then Spags makes some adjustments. Well, not today, okay? That never happened. Josh Allen played a perfect game. The Chiefs give him so much pressure today, and we've done such a good job at creating chaos for Josh Allen that he managed to throw 3 incomplete passes today, ladies and gentlemen. He was 23 of 26 and had a near-perfect football game. So we sucked on that side of the ball, and then the Chiefs come out going against a team that just put Oliver on the IR. Daquan Jones didn't play. They have had a subpar defensive line all year long. And we come out and run 3 pass plays and punt. Okay? Then we get lucky enough to get the turnover on downs. And we come out and what do we do, Steve? Then Andy decides, I'll pass the ball once and then I'll run. And he run the ball 6 out of 7 plays. And we march the ball straight down the field and score. And we didn't go back to the run at all. We essentially quit after we proved that the run worked on our very first drive where we committed to it. But no, Andy can't win with the run, Steve. He can't do it. If he don't win with the pass, if it's not a greedy, pass-happy win, he don't want it.
Right.
He'll piss it away. He don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's getting ridiculous at this point. Like, I love Andy Reid, love this team. I think this team's pretty talented. I actually think they're more talented than last year, have a higher ceiling. But if you refuse to run the football and you just will not do it, even when it's the obvious choice, even when it's working, you see it in real time with your own eyes, they have no answer for that. Why the hell not do it? The fact that he won't do that just shows you that this team is always vulnerable at getting beat when they shouldn't. All because of play calling, 110%. And there's nothing that you can do about that. It's exactly what happened in the Super Bowl that caused a blowout, and it looked very reminiscent today. And he's going to continue to do it. So at some point, either it's got to click up there in that dome of his, hey, I need to run the football, which it hasn't in the last 30 years. So I don't think that's coming anytime soon. Or else the Chiefs had to figure something else out here. But I think the defense holds a lot of the pie today in that loss because they looked atrocious. The fact that you're going to allow tight ends to be wide open constantly and never get pressure on a quarterback is just it's inexcusable at this point.
Yeah, I agree. 100% I agree. I don't think I look, I did not think we were out, like we outmanned Buffalo. No doubt about it. They were completely depleted across the board. They were outmanned and outmatched. And Joe Brady and Sean McDermott put on a coaching clinic and showed us that our so-called Hall of Fame head coach and Spags Hall of Fame defensive coordinator, and I don't even include Matt Nagy because I don't know if what he does and what he don't. If they do well, it's Matt Nagy, and if they do bad, Andy Reid probably took credit for the play calling today. So the point is those two, I never thought at the end of this week, after being outmanned and outmatched, that we would get outcoached. But you watched it happen today. Spags got taken to the woodshed by Joe Brady. All day long, we did not have an answer. And all it was, Steve, you know what the difference was? Sean McDermott has the second best quarterback in the entire NFL. Not the first. I still think Patrick Mahomes is the first.
Obviously.
Second best quarterback in all of football. They didn't try to go out and just sling the ball around and put his stats up. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't getting close. They wasn't getting inside the 10-yard line and running cute plays for him to throw the ball. Nay, they don't give a shit. They were running the ball with James Cook. They were tush pushing like they always do, which big deal. I hate that play, but that's a whole other thing. They still, they go out and they get the win any way possible. Even if it's not cute, even if it's not pretty, they stick to the run. The Chiefs hadn't allowed a 100-yard rusher all year, and they said, I'll be damned if we're not going to not run the ball. That's what we do. And James Cook gets frickin' 20-some carries at the end of the day. How many did he actually have? 27 carries for James Cook.
15 carries
for
entire
114
game?
yards. Our actual running backs, I think, carried the ball 16 times.
Pathetic. Dude, I don't know how many times we have to say right here on this very YouTube channel, if we do not get 20 carries with the running backs, we will not win. It's just not going to happen. There's probably some cases where we do win with less than 20 carries, but our chances of winning that game drastically goes down.
Steve,
we're almost 100% across the board if we get enough carries.
It's nothing more than the Bills come out today and they committed to what they do. They got their quarterback in a rhythm, and they stuck to what they did, and they played inspired football. They wanted to win that. The Chiefs showed up, lackadaisical, didn't want to do nothing, played like shit, wouldn't establish a run game, wouldn't stick with what works, never got Mahomes in a rhythm, never got Rashee Rice going, never got Travis Kelce going till the second half. Like, how many bad things can you... Never got Xavier Worthy going. This is the thing Xavier Worthy beat up on twice last year.
It doesn't matter how many good weapons you have on offense as far as receiving the football goes, when they can drop 7 or 8 guys back into coverage every play, because it doesn't matter who you have. It doesn't even matter that you have Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback. If they muddy the waters that much, there are 7 or 8 guys back in coverage. You are not going to win by throwing the football.
Oh,
absolutely not. And you never once checked them and ran the football and made them bring these guys up. You just allowed it to happen over and over again and let your freaking franchise quarterback run around getting slaughtered the whole game, because that's smart.
And not to mention,
it's just crazy, dude.
Our offensive line today struggled more than with any other game against a very subpar rush defense.
Right,
but Jawan Taylor got hammered all day. He was getting beat all day long. Jalen Moore didn't play all that great. I don't want to say he played horrible, but he didn't play all that great. We played a very subpar game on the offensive line. And what did Andy do? He went back to what he did in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And decided, hey, my offensive line's not playing very well today. Let's go ahead and pass the ball every play.
If this Bills team was actually good, they would have blown this Chiefs team out today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They played a near flawless game across the board and only won by 7 points.
Right. The only reason that you saw a close game today is because this Bills team is not that good. That's exactly why.
But look, I'm giving them all the credit. Josh Allen played a hell of a game. I think Joe Brady called a hell of a game. And Sean McDermott, look, I don't like Sean McDermott at all, but at least he doesn't have to win a certain way to take a dub. If Andy Reid don't get it cute and happy and pass happy, he don't want it. He'll piss it right away if he has to do it on the ground.
I tell you what, man, I like I said, love Andy, but the fact that he can't figure this out, even though it's obvious to even a third grader, I think that management's going to have to step up a little bit and be like, hey, this is getting dumb. Like, let's fix it and move forward.
Who's management?
Ownership, even. I don't care.
You
Anybody,
think
they
Lamar
have to
Hunt's
come.
going to sit down to Andy Reid and tell him to run the ball?
Yes. Why wouldn't
I don't think
you?
they would ever do that.
And Lamar's not going to do it, but Clark could. And here's
hey, well, let's get him on the Ouija board.
I don't
and see
know.
if we can get him back.
maybe Andy Reid will have a dream where Lamar Hurt comes to him and says, "Hey, slap nut,
Yeah.
all you have to do is run the football."
Look, I
Patrick
think
Mahomes can't pass the ball, so there's 25
Steve,
people in coverage.
That's Andy Reid. You live with it, you die by it. That's Andy Reid, and that's the way he's always been. That's why he got fired from Philly.
Yeah. Let's get to the chat, guys. We want to know what you guys think about this debacle in Buffalo. Mike, shut that thing off. I don't want to hear it no more. Make it stop. Julian with a 20 bomb says, tough fight on to bye week. But I seen some Chiefs getting impatient about Josh Simmons' return. I think he meant fans, maybe Chiefs fans. And I was hoping he was going to come back to play for the Bills game at least. Defensively needs help more than offensively. So I think I know what you're saying. You think the fans are getting impatient about Josh Simmons, and they should be. At this point, look, man, I'll play the good guy a million times and be like, hey, he needs his time away, whatever. At this point, son, you're a first-round draft pick. You have a job to do. Let's get back over here and do this, okay? Like, vacation's over or PTO's done. Like, you haven't even earned any yet. You've barely played. Like, let's get over here and do your job. Because this offensive line, Mike, they didn't look great today, and they're getting banged up. Now you're looking at a potential Mike Caliendo and Wanye Morris on your offensive line? No, we can't have that. So, yes, I'm sorry, but right now is where, look, bye week's coming up. So, yeah, 2 weeks before a football game. Josh Simmons' ass better be back on that football field in this next football game, and it better stay there the rest of the season, or else you're going to have to start looking at something different. That's just the way I see it. And then, yes, defense needs help more than the offense. The offense literally is good. The coaches just have to stop shooting themselves in the damn foot. It's that simple. The defense, however, they looked terrible today. They really did. No accountability out there for tight ends as usual. We went right back to that. The linebackers had an atrocious day in coverage. Drew Tranquill looked like he might as well stayed at home. It was just tough. It was a rough day for both sides of football. But the reason why that you're seeing this stuff happen on the defensive side of the ball is because we cannot create pressure on a freaking quarterback. The only way we did that today was by blitzing, which apparently Steve Spagnuolo forgot you could do for the longest time in the football game because it worked when we did it. But he just wasn't pulling the trigger on it much. So we have to get some pressure with these front four guys. Have to. And I think Ashton Gelati helped a little bit today. He's got that motor like George, but he's a little bit faster. But he's not. He's a rookie. He's still got a lot of development. He can't do that, what we need him to do. And Charles Omenihu is not going to do what we need him to do. And Mike Dana's not going to do what we need him to do. So you have to get off your ass, Mr. Brett Veach. You have one day.
Yeah. You got one day, buddy,
to get out there and find somebody to help with this pass rush. Because right now, Chris Jones is getting taken to the backyard by everybody in Chiefs Kingdom saying that he's a no-show. Why is he a no-show, Mike? Because there's nobody else on the damn defensive line that they even have to worry about. Yeah. None.
I mean, even Karlaftis, he had a few good plays today. Nothing crazy. I mean, to be honest, you didn't even have time to go get Josh Allen a lot of the time because they were sticking to the run game. I mean, they were literally just sticking to the run game or doing what they needed to do. They wasn't trying to get cute. So there was a few times he tried to extend the play, and the Chiefs got after him a little bit. Karlaftis made a good play. Gelati was there on the same play. There was a few times. One time Leo come up and shut him down. But they just stuck to their offense, and the Chiefs did not. And then going back to that offensive line, it was not a good performance by the offensive line. Like, I totally understand the question. Mahomes was pressured on 53% of his dropbacks today. That was 14% higher than any other pressure rate he's had in every game this season. I'm talking like any game that we've played Buffalo all the way back since 2020. This is the highest dropback rate he's been pressured on.
Yeah.
So it's just, it was horrendous. Mahomes only was able to complete 3 of 16 passes for 61 yards and a pick when he was getting pressured like that. So they've got to do it. And then going back to the whole Josh Simmons thing, look, I get it. He had to step away. Again, it was for a freaking family emergency. We all get it. There's nothing beyond this. There's no conspiracy theory. This is exactly what it was, okay? That's exactly what it was. But like Steve just said, at some point, family is more important than football. But you're going to have to tell them, like, look, we need you too. And if you're not going to come over here, that's going to be like what? You get a breach of contract? You're going to put the guy on the bench? You're putting him on the trade? Like, what are you doing? Like, he really holds all the leverage, Steve, because what are you going to do?
Does he?
What, you going to kick him off the team? We're talking about how we need him back. What are you going to do?
Who cares? If he's not going to play, who needs him? He can go not play somewhere else.
Look, I always thought, I was always eyeing the bye week as the week he would get back. So I didn't think he was going to return back to play.
I'm
versus
completely
Buffalo.
fine with everything that's transpired so far, but anything beyond this is ridiculous.
I think if he pushes to the week that we come back off the bye week, if he's not back ready to go by then, I think you've got to figure something out here.
Yeah, appreciate the 20, Julian. We got KT with a 2 bomb. Says Simmons has had enough time. It's time to come back 110%. Like, I understand things happen and you had to take care of some stuff, but I think a month is ample time for just about anything.
We also live in a day and age where this guy can have a private jet and he could leave Kansas City and end up in California and San Diego in an hour and a half. Okay. On any given day, you could fly back and forth every day after practice if you wanted to and come back.
Yes.
So there are ways to do this. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Like, he wants to be near his family during this tough time. I totally understand it.
And if it's what I think it is, it's
what you know
wild.
It is.
It's
we know
wild,
what it is.
Right? Like, it's wild to take it to that extreme.
Yes,
like,
we know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Nobody is telling. There's a bunch of people back here that know what this is, and it's not being told because we've all respected Josh Simmons' privacy.
Yeah.
And at this point, it should be this should have all been taken care of by now.
Absolutely. Appreciate the 2KT. We got P Water with the 5 says, I'm panicking when we don't make the AFC Championship. We have the same conversation every year. If Andy is 5-0 versus Buffalo come February, you can't argue it. Now we roll. Well, see, here's the thing. I'm completely okay with losing to the Bills in the regular season. Always have been, because they always come out and play like it's the freaking Super Bowl. Josh Allen has an immaculate game. Everything goes their way and they win, right? That's normally how it goes. I have no qualms about that. I'm fine with it. But the problem is this season, you've put yourself in the corner. You're 5-4 now, and you're 2 games behind the Donkeys in your conference.
You're basically 2 games behind the Chargers.
Or in the division, I should say. So yeah, you're really behind the 8 ball right now. So you got to pick it up. So you absolutely have to win out as far as divisional games go. But you probably need to win out all the way. So you kind of put yourself in a position where you got to come back, play these last 8 games, and just run the table. And that's going to be tough to do. There's not exactly a bunch of pushovers in front of you. So the Chiefs got to come out, and they have to be on their P's and Q's, Mike, and they have to execute and win every one of these games. Yeah. And they put themselves in a bad position. So that's the only reason why I'm not happy with how today's game went, because this was a game that the Chiefs have no business losing. They had a third-string defense, and the Chiefs are the better team, and they went out, and this is what happened.
The Chiefs were 100% 14 to 20 points better than this team.
Yeah.
And we come out, we just got out-coached today. We got out-coached, and they had more fire and intensity, which is what always happens. But again, like you said, you can't always – at any given year, we're at the top of the division. We're cruising. We know we're going to get in. Guys, we're like 2 or 3 games out of the playoffs right now, and we've played half the freaking season.
In the hunt. Like that's what it said. We're in the hunt. Yeah, when's the last time that's happened?
You're running out of time to sit here and just take this for granted. You're running out of time to take it for granted. And if Brett Veach don't get us any pass rush help tomorrow, we're definitely going to run out of time.
Don't like it. He better do something. Appreciate the 5, buddy. Josh Vasquez with another 5 says, bruh, Bills get a free tutty. Allen didn't break the plane. I don't know if he did or not. It kind of didn't look like it to me, but regardless, they would have got in the next play, so I don't really care. The one call all day that I thought was absolute 100% bullshit was the intentional grounding, which stifled a whole drive.
Yeah, the Patrick Mahomes.
And that kind of put us in a bad spot because that got us behind 2 scores.
That should have been allowed to be reviewable.
100%. I think any play that's obvious like that should be reviewable. I don't care what it is. Review it if you can and make the right call. That's something that I don't know if other people don't agree with me, but like people got mad about that Detroit Lions touchdown getting taken away. And it's like, I don't care. Even if that was the Chiefs, I wouldn't care. If the right call is made, I don't care how they go about getting it done, but make the right call. Make sure everyone's playing on a level playing field.
Right.
Don't just give people stuff. And that's exactly what happened there. They ruined a whole drive of ours.
Yeah.
And kind of put us back a little bit further than we needed to be. I think the Chiefs had opportunities to win this game regardless, but that definitely hurt their chances. And I'm never going to blame the rest for this loss. I think this one's all on Andy Reid, Matt Nagy.
Yeah, 100%.
Those two were absolute slapnuts today. That's all there was to it.
And honestly, if the ball was in Josh Allen, you got to assume the ball is at least what this far.
I don't think he broke the plane, but
it's
then again,
look, but you got to remember he only has to touch the tip of the white.
Okay, like I said, it didn't matter. He would have got in the next play.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying,
So-
like, presumably you couldn't see it, but I mean, if you use your logical brain, the ball.
Another thing I don't like,
that.
I don't like the fact that Buffalo is allowed to push for 20 minutes, and then when Kareem Hunt's
Yes.
still barreling forward, pushing everybody, they blow the whistle and play it dead.
That's another
that was
reason
wild,
why
too.
that tush push has to be banned. You're allowed to have 3, 4, 5 surges, but if the ball gets knocked out on 3, 4, 5 surges, it's forward progress.
Forward
all of a sudden.
progress. Yeah, that play's not a football play. They need to take it out. Matt with a 5 bomb says, "I'm serious, boys. We might mess around and miss the playoffs." Absolutely could happen the way this team is performing right now. It really could. I mean, they could go out and
This
lose
is a
3,
good
4 more
team.
games.
It's
Yeah.
a good team, but I'm telling you, you've seen today what a good team can look like when they're hindered by bad coach and bad game plans.
Absolutely, you cannot.
It doesn't matter how
you
good the
cannot
team is.
Let a team have 8 different guys back there in coverage and then try to get Patrick Mahomes to figure it out. It's just not going to happen. It's not
can't.
going to happen. Like, I think that they should know that by now. This is the same formula that everybody uses to beat the Chiefs. Julian with a 10 bomb says the other thing the Chiefs management needs to stop doing is bringing back former Chiefs players that do not benefit this team. Like CH, for example, didn't do nothing. So CH only had 2 carries. One of them was for 7 yards. So it's whatever. I wasn't mad about the CH thing, but I do agree with you on a lot of stuff, like Derek Nottie, the McCole Hardman 15 times, that kind of stuff I could do without. But they definitely need to start looking to improve the team from outside, and they have to do that in the next 24 to 48 hours because we have to get a pass rusher. Something to help. Appreciate the 2 bomb, Cold. Let's go. And then we got a 10 bomb from Bucky Macker. Says Simmons won't even be game ready for the Colts. That's another thing. Is this cat working out? Is he staying in game shape? Is he getting anything in? Is he getting any kind of work done? Like, we don't know.
Who
For all we
knows?
know, he's been eating potato chips and playing PlayStation 5.
I honestly don't think he's got a personal trainer over there.
I don't know what he's doing.
Look,
Nobody knows what he's doing.
Your only hope is if he comes back this week and he's got 2 weeks to get in game shape. I mean, I don't think he's going to be completely out
Right.
of
So,
game shape.
I mean, at this point, like I said, there's one thing to be respectful of someone's personal time or like there's something going on in the family. I get that. But at this point, don't you think like management should be calling this kid up and being like, hey, time's up. Get back. Like, you need to be back here now. Like, honestly.
Well, maybe so.
Like, you're going to
But what
play
do
the
you
next
do?
game and you need to be back.
What do you do beyond that, though? You can call him and he can say no. He ain't got to play.
Cut him.
You're cutting a first round pick.
Cut Taz. I mean, if he's not going to play,
I'm
he's
just
not going to
saying.
do. If you're going to have an idiot on your team that wants to play by their own rules and do whatever they
Okay.
want to do,
I
which I'm not
totally
saying
get
that's
that, but
exactly
how
what's
does
happened,
it
but when it
help
gets to
your
that point,
team?
it doesn't
It
matter.
does not help your team.
It don't
because if
help
he's
your
not
team?
here- exactly. But if he's not
So
here,
what,
and then you
what if
cut him,
everybody else on the roster decided they didn't want to play football for a month?
that's completely allowed. Everybody can
just
just up
saying.
and retire when they want. I'm just trying to say the Chiefs have obviously given him this time away, and this is on the Chiefs for not putting him on an NFI list. He's missed more than 4 weeks. Why didn't they put him on the freaking list and go get somebody?
I don't know.
It's on the Chiefs. They've handled this whole thing ass backwards.
I don't think they had as much of a handle on it as they acted like they did.
I don't think they did either, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I
appreciate
think
the 10,
also,
my man.
I think they are very limited on what they can do. Like I said, what are you going to do? You're not cutting your first round pick.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man.
And if you cut them, how does it help you?
I understand family situations, but I know there was at least one guy on our team that literally made a flight on game day to get there and play the football game when there was a family situation. So I think they need to hold all these guys to the same standard. Sorry.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like their hands are tied and there's nothing they can do. But what they could have done is put them on an NFI list, and maybe you could have went out and maybe snagged a backup tackle or something at this point, or Get somebody else in here.
Yep.
Look, I'm tired of dealing with like these Wanye Morrises of the world that when we need them to play, they just come in and hold and shit the bed. Like, what's the point of him being on this team? What's the point of us having Elijah Mitchell taking up a roster space all year long, being on the 53-man roster, and then when the time comes that we need him, they call up Clyde Edwards-Helaire and healthy scratch him for the 9th straight week. What's the purpose of this guy being like? Who's running the team right now?
Yeah, the way this roster's been handled this year has been a little questionable. And then somebody else pointed out Jalen Moore started a game literally right after his wife had a baby.
Yes, the same week.
So I mean, like I said, these guys all need to be on the same playing field. Josh Simmons, respect whatever you got going on, but you're not special. You get to do things the same way everybody else on the team does. That's just the way it should be for me.
I like how people think that we're really going to cut Josh Simmons.
No, I'm just saying, at some point, like, you have to put your foot down. I mean, depending on what the situation is. Now, if it's the Chiefs, it's just like, hey, man, we don't care. You could sit out all year. We don't care.
Isn't the NFL and basically all sports at this point? Don't the players have all of it? They don't listen to coaching. They don't listen to anything. They argue back and forth. They know more than the coaches. Yeah, they get paid in college now. You can't get college players to pay attention. Yeah. We give all the players hold all the cards. Like, there's really nothing Andy could do. Like, what could he do? Bench him for the rest of the? If you don't get back, I'll bench you. Well, how does that help?
Yeah,
we need him.
Well, you have him under contract for the next 5 years. So, I mean, if he wants to play that game, they could definitely play that game. Just saying.
Again, though, it does not help us
What's
on
he gonna
the field. You want to play that
it
game
doesn't.
And you want to pay him all that money just to put him on the bench?
I don't think you understand.
Win.
I mean, he's not helping now, Mike. I don't think you're understanding.
Again,
it does. Yes, it doesn't help us to do that, but it's not going to change anything because he's not playing.
Right. But we need to change something. We've got to change something. We've got to get this offensive line back.
Yeah, something like that. We got a 20 bomb from Nate. Says it's frustrating when Buffalo can sign Joey Bosa for 12.6. We obviously needed that help after the Super Bowl. We're overpaying big time for Juwan and others. Our cap next year looks like a nightmare.
Yeah, but that's all Patrick Mahomes. I think he's got $78 million on the cap next year, and they're gonna kick that can like they do every year. So
right. Well, I do think one thing that Nate pointed out here is very valid. We needed pass rush all offseason. Mike, you called that way back in the free agency stuff.
Yeah, I've been saying this for 2 years almost.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've known this, and they've put it off and put it off and put it off, and here we are a day and a half outside of the trade deadline, and we still have nothing. So, hopefully they got something cooking. Veach better be in the kitchen. That's all I got to say. If not, I'm going to get Harrison Butker on his ass.
I'm wondering what's he going to be able to pull off in a day? Like, he better be up all night long.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He better already have something in the works, right?
And pepper and something in there. He better be chopping some onions all night.
Chopping. Yep. Chopping broccoli, Mike.
What's he got? 4 p.m.? 4 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, about a day and a half. About a day and a half. Make it happen, Brett Beach. Appreciate the 20, bud. Matt with a 10 says 2 things. Pat won't win MVP now, which I selfishly wanted. And we honestly have the best at roster in the Mahomes era, in my opinion. Yes. And we're absolutely blowing it. I'd say 2 of these things are true. Pat still could win the MVP, but they're going to have to win out here and him just actually get it going. Now, in order for that to happen, the coaches have to keep putting handcuffs on them. They literally have to. And I'm not saying that like they're not letting them do it, but they got to quit making them do everything. Like, for the love of God, if you can run the football on a team that sucks stopping the run the football. I mean, good Lord, what are you doing? It's just the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it makes no sense. Why do you want Patrick Mahomes to go back and throw the ball 34 times against 8 guys?
Everybody's double covered out there.
Yeah, everybody's double covered. You put 3 wide receivers out there and a tight end that's 35 years old. And is Pat supposed to make something happen and hold the ball for them to run all these routes on the offensive line playing their worst game of the year? And he completes 15 out of 34 passes for 250 yards and a pick. No touchdowns, nothing today. They almost have him playing like bad numbers because it's a losing situation.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like trying to tell the guy to go bowl a perfect game and you blindfold him and spin them 10 times and don't tell him where the lane is.
For sure. Guys, appreciate you being here. Do us a favor. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Here's the thing. We've talked a lot about.
Alert, they haven't. It's only 63 likes. Hit the like button.
Imagine that. Guys, come on. Let's go. There's over 500 of you in here. Go hit that like button.
You don't really like much right now, but you like this.
We're covering a lot of what's going on just specifically in this Bills game. Obviously, it's going to sound a little negative after today's performance. Now, looking forward, I think the Chiefs are still in position to be able to get to the playoffs and make a run. So don't act like we're just being doom and gloom. We're just talking about today's game, and rightfully so. But either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We put out a ton of Chiefs content every week of the year. So get in on that. Also, you can join. You can become a member for $4.99 a month. You can go do that at join.allchiefedup.com. There's a lot of perks to that. And then also, Mike, we got merch.allchiefedup.com. You can get some t-shirts and stuff like that to help the channel out. Mike, why don't we tell them about today's sponsor of this post game?
Yeah, so guys, we've partnered up with DraftKings, and we're very excited about that because if you know anything, our last sponsor had to cut ties. So shout out DraftKings. We're going to be working with them for the rest of the year. So take a look at this little message for us and for you guys for DraftKings, and there's a nice little incentive for you guys. So we'll be back in just a second.
Football season is in full swing. We're proud to say that All Chiefed Up has teamed with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you the best ways to get in on the action this NFL season. DraftKings Sportsbook has industry-leading live betting market availability, meaning their odds update dynamically as the game unfolds, keeping you right in the middle of the most relevant storylines in real time. It takes your fan experience to the next level. And when it comes to betting on touchdowns, DraftKings has you covered with all your favorite options, including first touchdown scorer. So make no mistake about it, DraftKings Sportsbook has all your favorite ways to bet touchdowns this NFL season. For this week's matchups, I'm eyeing some interesting lines, like over-under on total touchdowns for our favorite multi-talented tight end. Plus, maybe even checking out the odds for first touchdown scorer in that high-scoring rivalry between barbecue versus chicken wings. Get in on the action and sign up using our promo code ACU. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the crowd is yours.
Shout out DraftKings. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, look, let's get back to the football action. Steve,
or lack thereof.
Yeah, or lack thereof. Let's be completely honest. I had to sit down and come up with a post-game Chiefs versus Bills short. How the hell do you get fired up to recap a game in which the Chiefs literally should have beat a team by double digits, and you go out and you just lay an egg? And look, I think I think you have to look at it just this way. You got to be very honest with yourself. The Chiefs beat the Chiefs. That's all there was to it. The Chiefs beat themselves. I think Buffalo again played another almost damn near perfect regular season game versus the Chiefs, in which they always do. You always know that's coming. And then I think you got to call a spade a spade. Andy and this offense, they are squandering this offense away by not doing things that is so simple. It's like honestly saying 2 + 2 is 4, and Andy Reid will sit there and argue with you.
Mike, it's like he's trying to cook up. He's trying to bake up a delicious cake, but he don't want to read the directions and follow 1 through 3. He wants to get right to the cake. And it's not going to happen, fat boy.
He's trying to eat it.
It ain't going to happen.
Hey, Andy, don't get to the burger so quick.
Yeah, it's just frustrating to watch. It really is. So
it is. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, everybody says the same shit. I'm just going to say it. It's piss poor. That was our effort today. And to be honest, I don't even think it was the effort more than it was the game plan and just the coaching and the lack of adjustments. It was piss poor across the board. And then number 2, I'm tired of hearing all this BS about the Chiefs are playing vanilla football and we're not unleashing everything right now. What are you talking about? We're going to do that in the playoffs. Listen, people, you're not guaranteed to get to the freaking playoffs. We're over halfway done with this season, and we're out of the playoffs at the moment. Like, we've got to chill.
We're in the hunt, right? That's what they said.
Like, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but you've not 100% guaranteeing yourself that you're in the playoffs. And guess what? If you don't win the AFC West and the Bills can't figure out a way to win the AFC East, these two teams might be fighting for a wild card spot. And guess who don't have the tiebreaker now?
Right. Man, my thing is like, I know a lot of you guys really want to believe that Andy doesn't put things out there. He hides his playbook and he calls things vanilla, but to save things for the playoffs. Guys, that's not how it works in the real world. Every
Did you
game
see
out here is
anything
important.
vanilla today
They're
about
not
our
doing
offense?
that. They're not doing that at all.
Steve, what did you see vanilla about our offense? I wish we'd have been vanilla. I wish we'd have just done a halfback handoff.
That's all we had to do.
Because
That's all
we
we had
had
to
won.
do.
But
Dude,
we
we
wasn't
could've-
being vanilla.
Dude, we could have put Mahomes under center and handed it off to Kareem Hunt 95% of the plays and we would have won that football game.
Right. And everybody's like, oh, Andy Reid's just doing a vanilla game plan. No, he's not. We're passing the ball 34 times and doing the dumbest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you just would have run a halfback frickin' toss or a halfback dive, you probably would have won the game. So maybe he did need to get vanilla. He's out here chocolating it up. We need a little vanilla action in
Right.
our
You
life.
can't be hiding things for the playoffs when you're not even going to make the playoffs.
You're not even in the
at the
playoffs,
current pace.
buddy.
That's not how that works. But yeah, man, a lot of work to do. It's a good time to have a bye week, I suppose. They've got a lot of work to get done. They got to figure something out. And here's the thing. I'm not worried about this team at all. I haven't been all season because if you look at the roster, you look at how they play when they're actually executing and how when Andy Reid's not stifling his own offense, I think they look really good. Like this is an exciting football team. And we're talking about a year when there's a lot of parity across the NFL right now. There are no teams in this entire league that stick out to me as great, just better than everybody else. There's not. And when I look at one roster that might be, it's the Chiefs when they're playing normal. But
Yeah.
if you go out and you shoot yourself in the foot over and over again, then you're just putting yourself on the same playing field. So, I mean, they have a lot of work to do.
Daddy Barr said, how many rushing yards did Pat have? Normally has big runs in games like these. Exactly. Pat never once got out of the pocket looking to run. He left the pocket one time today, got 5 yards.
Yeah, I thought
Lowest
that was
output of the
strange too.
season.
There were several times where I thought he was going to take off with it and get about 10 yards. And
Never
he just
did it.
No, it's really weird. But I mean, here's the thing. I think it all goes back to the same exact thing. Patrick Mahomes is not good when there are that many people in coverage. He never has been. He never will be. Not many quarterbacks are going to be good in that situation.
Well, it's
so,
very tough when you've got three wide receivers versus 8 DBs.
So not only that, but now you're putting a lot of mental strain on him as well. Like trying to figure this out. He's going to start pressing. You just can't get it done, right? So, I mean, all of that just, it stacks and it stacks and it stacks to the point to where you're just not going to play well. It's impossible. Everything's stacked against you. And Andy's got to stop doing that to Mahomes. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there is no coach outside of Andy Reid in this football league that would have not pounded the ball with Kareem Hunt all day after he saw they couldn't stop him. There's not. Every other coach would have just kept running that ball down their throat. But not Andy Reid. It makes no sense.
Again, Andy doesn't want to win the hard way. He doesn't want to win the easy way. Andy wants to win it his way.
Yeah. Jim, I see you talking about Clyde. I've seen a couple of people talk about Clyde. Now, here's my honest opinion. No offense, but if you're worried about Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now, then you're missing the big picture.
Yeah, the dude had 2 snaps.
Yeah, that's
and he
wild.
actually chunked off a 7-yard run.
Yeah, Clyde's not that bad, but
The
Clyde's
run
not
that
going
he
to.
got stuffed in the backfield was a blocking mistake.
Yeah, that was
So,
terrible. They ran the same play twice, and he got it the second time.
Right. Like, so I mean, I get it. I don't
Clyde's
understand
not
why
gonna
Clyde
move the
played
needle.
either, but
Yeah.
I don't think that is what caused the problem.
I will
here
tell you
today.
this. Look, I'm going to go as far as to say this. If they would have ran the football with Clyde Edwards-Helaire 20 times, we would have won the football game today.
I honestly believe Clyde
We
needed more
would've.
carries.
We would have because they could not stop a run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, it's that simple. It's insane. But let's get back to the chat, man. We got a 5-bomb from Matt. He says, theoretically, if we moved on from Andy, who would you want? To be clear, we're not. And I love Andy, just curious. So, yeah, man, that's the thing. I'll sit and I'll complain about Andy all day. Andy's done so much for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's unreal. It's, you can't take anything away from him. Andy has his flaws, and it's one major one that he's never been able to get over. So it's frustrating when he continues to do it, right? Like, we know he's smarter than that. So I'm going to dog him every time he decides to not run the football, especially when we're moving the football on the ground. Like, it's just mind-blowing to try to outsmart yourself that much that you just make your team look like ass all over the football field. And then he goes to halftime and tells the reporter that we got to run the football, and then comes back out from the half and passes it 3 times and punts it away. And that was a critical freaking possession right there, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just crazy.
Hey, what are you worried about? This is what the Chiefs do. This is Andy. He's being vanilla. He's just saving it. Quit.
Mike, theoretically, If Andy up and retired, though, who would you want? I think we've said this a 1,000 times. Ideal if you had your pick of anybody.
I've changed my whole tune on that one.
I think I would go. Let's see. First pick, you could pick anybody. Mike, who are you taking?
Out of the entire NFL.
Yeah, you just get to hand pick it.
Oh man, Sean McVay would be high on that list.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. We used to say Mike Tomlin a lot. We used to say Mike Tomlin a lot.
I don't like Tomlin anymore. To me, he's too conservative. He half-asses I just don't like his style.
I feel like he's gotten really stale, right?
Well, I feel like the NFL has changed so much over the past 5 years, and Tomlin's not adapted.
Yeah.
That's what's happened. He's not adapted. And Andy actually regressed today. There were times when Andy, like down there at the end zone, when we got the ball to the 4-inch line.
That was pathetic.
And we effed that up with 3 horrible plays in a row and had to take a
all
field
you
goal.
All you had to do on that first snap there was get under center and hand it to Kareem Hunt, and you had a touchdown.
Did it matter if we had that 3 points or not? No. But I bet you if we had pounded that ball in on 4th down, you should have just pushed it in. Look, we've got to stop with the Mahomes can't run a freaking sneak. And even if you can't, put Rashee Rice in the backfield and let him do it.
Mike,
put
it doesn't
a tight
matter.
end in the backfield and let them do it.
It literally don't matter what you do there. You could literally put Mahomes under center and hand Kareem Hunt the ball. It's a touchdown. That's all you had to do. You didn't have to do anything special.
But instead, they line up in shotgun, and now Kareem Hunt has to pick up 4.5 yards.
Stupid as hell.
They just don't understand small things, and I don't understand it. This is a Hall of Fame head coach just making it so hard for himself.
Come on, Andy. What are you doing? Nate with a 5 says, I also want to give a thumbs up to Kareem Hunt. Yeah, absolutely. He was a baller today, and he got robbed. I didn't like the play design where he got stopped. It felt hurried 100%. That's what we were talking about.
On both of the plays that Kareem Hunt got shut down quickly, they were back to that stupid play call where he had to
something slow developing.
Yeah, and it let somebody come off the edge that shouldn't even have been there. And usually it was Jawan Taylor getting beat or something. Yeah. You hit the hole and hit it quick. And by the way, if they go under center, you now start putting in the idea of a play action pass, a QB rollout.
That? What is that?
Right, a QB rollout. You can't tell me on the 1-inch line Mahomes could not roll out to a quarter and get there, because nobody's expecting Mahomes to keep the ball in a rollout.
Dude, there were several times today where I thought they could have used that play design where he rolls out and can either pass or run, and could have
some kind of RPO.
Dude, we didn't even try it. It was weird. It was a very odd play calling day. Yeah. They were hiding that one for the playoffs, I guess.
Hiding that play.
Hannah with a 5 bomb says Bills had one of the worst run defense, but Andy was drop back and pass. 100%. Like I said, it's so easy a caveman could do it. Like freaking Dallas Goedert could have got out there with his early man looking ass and figured that out in less than 3 minutes. The Bills pressured Pat on 52.6% of his dropbacks. Blame play calling. 100%. 100%. And here's another thing. A lot of people will get mad at the offensive line in these situations. You saw it today. You saw it in the Super Bowl. But here's the problem. When a defense has no worry of you running the football, when they know you're not running the football, you are already putting your offensive line at a disadvantage. They have their ears pinned back, and it doesn't matter if they rush 4 or they rush 3. They know they don't have to be responsible for any type of run play. So they're going to do anything and everything they can to get to the damn quarterback. And that makes your offensive line behind the 8 ball. So that is coaching right there. The reason why the offensive line was bad today is because your coach could not call a run play. That is 100% the truth. Yeah. This offensive line has been fine all season, Mike. You can't tell me they forgot how to block today. There was a reason why they didn't do well. And it's simply because they knew what you were going to do. Buffalo knew what you were going to do every play. So, I mean, it's that simple. Virgil with the 5 says not going to happen, but trade 3 ones for Myles Garrett. His cap space is manageable. Why not at 8 and 16 this year and next year? Restructure Mahomes. Virgil, love you, buddy, but it's never going to happen. Never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. Mike, you know what's crazy is like us as Chiefs fans, we think about these things like, man, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson. You know, like we can't even think about a guy that didn't work out like Kayvon Thibodeau because they just will not do it. They've never invested in an edge rusher except for Felix and Udike Uzama. They spent a first-round pick on Felix and Udike Uzama. Where the hell is he at? He's probably playing PlayStation,
Yeah.
eating chips with Josh Simmons.
I'm in a whole nother world. Look, this goes back to the whole thing about the whole Chris Jones. Where's Chris Jones? Chris Jones sucks. Blah blah blah. It is baffling to me how we have asked Chris Jones, and he has delivered for years and years and years at a defensive tackle position, who routinely is not there to get after the passer, is not there to create pressure, is not there to get sacks, and is not there to disrupt the quarterback in the passing game. That's not what defensive tackles routinely do. Defensive tackles routinely do what frickin' Derek Nottie does, which is a lot of nothing, okay, and clogging up holes. But we have asked Chris Jones to do this for years and years and years, and he's delivered. And now that he's getting a little older, and he don't have as much juice in the tank, now it's becoming painfully obvious that we have not built anything around this cat for 5 or 6 years now. George Karlaftis has been the nicest piece they've picked up, and they paid him a decent amount, like he was a top-tier pass rusher. And George Karlaftis is literally, again, love the guy, but he's not a top-tier pass rusher in this league. He is not a top 15 guy.
He's a second-tier guy.
He's a second-tier guy, and he always has been. Can he get the first tier? Absolutely, I think he could, but also he's got some limitations that are God-given that he's not going to be able to get. He's not going to wake up tomorrow and just decide he can close in on the passer faster. Like, he doesn't have, like, he's got all the motor in the world, but he don't have the speed to close it down. So, again, we have the inability to help Chris Jones on this defensive line has been criminal, and it's become to the point now that in his older age, we're still asking him to do this, and he's obviously not being able to do it. And now the entire fan base is going to just turn on the guy rather than just saying Brett Veach has kind of done a horrible disservice at putting pieces on the defensive line. Who's he really added beyond George Karlaftis? Omenihu? Okay, we've 1-yeared him to death, and he's done nothing this year.
Can I point something out?
Re-signing Mike Dana for a 3-year deal.
Up until the last 2 years, they've done the same damn thing to Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all, but you're right. You're right. They've got to figure something out. They have, like I said earlier, they have a day and a half, effectively, to get somebody in here, and I think if Brett Veach doesn't make it happen, that's a big misstep. I think that's a very big indicator that...
Steve, I just don't see what people expect Chris Jones to do. What do you think is realistic for Chris Jones to do?
1 sack a game is beyond what you should expect from him.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be 16 sacks, 17 sacks.
That's what I'm saying.
In a season.
That's not right.
What does he do on his good years? He's around 15, right? So,
well, look, Aaron Donald kind of changed the game at that, right? It's a different style. He was getting after the passer, but that's not routinely what they're asked to do. But Chris Jones is getting out on the edge, coming off the edge, doing this, doing that, moving around. We have asked him to do all this basically by himself with no help now for years and years and years. And still, he's not performing at that bad of a pace this year. If you actually had some help for the guy, but I mean, come on, triple teaming every game all day long. They're holding him with no calls. If you really wanted to do the whole NFL versus the Chiefs thing and go in and pause every play, I'm going to find you a Bills holding call on every down. I've seen somebody getting held in the middle. And guess what? I'm not complaining about it. That's football. But when you know that's part of the game, you can't ask a guy that's going to get held. You know he's going to get held all game, and you know he's going to be double and triple teamed all game. You can't let one guy be your entire pass rush.
Yep. Cato with a 2 says, what the hell was up with Tranquil? He was getting roasted. Tranquil sucked today. He did. The linebackers in general just not good in coverage, and I think a lot of the time we saw them in a weird zone. Again, don't know why Spags went back to that. But yeah, dude, no accountability back there for tight ends. I don't know why the hell we'll randomly just get beat by tight ends so bad. It's unreal. But I'll tell you this, if Josh Allen wasn't able to stand in the pocket for 5-6 seconds, untouched, unpressured, they wouldn't have made half of those passes. So, I mean, it all comes down to pass rush, man. It's all about that. You can't.
Look, some of that zone today was atrocious.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that shit.
They got Noah Williams burnt 2 or 3 times a day horribly.
Y'all, they got to fix it.
Noah Williams may be the worst game Noah Williams will ever play in a Chiefs uniform, is what we watched today. And I don't even think it was his fault. I think it was the positioning of the defense.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Hannah with the 2 bomb says our linebackers can't cover tight ends. Yep, we were just talking about it. Goes right along with it. Here's the thing, man. Like our linebackers probably maybe can cover tight ends if they have the normal 3 seconds to cover a tight end. But if you got to cover one for 6-7 seconds, that tight end's going to win that battle 10 out of 10 times. And that's what you see happening.
Yeah.
Cold with the 5 bomb says Andy's route concepts are too elaborate. Yes. We got 3 guys running sub 4-3, and they don't run dig routes and comebacks. Blows my mind. They literally run routes into coverage. That is 100% true. Me and Mike watch a lot of all 22 tape. We watch a lot of film. Andy's routes are absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? Completely opposite of too elaborate. Sometimes you have guys running routes that literally are pointless. Like they're running routes just to be on the football field. They're nothing to do with the play. Like it's the silliest stuff you've ever seen.
There are several times we will have 3 running backs and maybe 2 tight ends on the field, and and a running back. So we'll be in like a 12 personnel or something.
Did you say? I think you meant 3 tight ends. You said 3 running backs.
I'm sorry. We'll have like a running back, 2 tight ends. We'll be in a 12 personnel. And then you're going to have 2 more wide receivers out there. So you'll have 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and a running back, and all 5 will go out. And you think that normally, a running back's going to chip and hover around the line of scrimmage, right? Like he's your dump down play. Then you may have one other guy that's somewhere, around the 4 or 5 yard line. There have been times where you'll watch all 22, and every single one of those guys will go out to about 6 yards and do a little hook route and sit there. Yeah. And you're like, what in the world? They all just essentially covered themselves, and nobody did anything. Yeah. So there's just a lot. I think that that Andy's West Coast offensive style and the way he gets it from, I think the RPO opened that up a lot. And I'm telling you, the Chiefs are starting to get away from a lot of the RPO stuff that was working years ago. And there was times they should have implemented some of that today. I think it would have worked, and they just wasn't doing it.
Right. Yeah. Well, you saw a couple of great play calls. Like I think it was that sideline shot down to Hollywood Brown. Beautiful play.
I mean, that was fine, but they were in a prevent defense.
It's just ridiculous.
They give you the middle, and I mean, yeah, I guess that was a good play call.
Well, they're another thing is, if you got 27 guys back there in coverage, how are you not going to run into somebody, no matter what route you're running?
So what about the 4th and 17 to Rashee Rice? I'm pretty sure that's the same play they run versus them last year, at a certain point at one of those kind of things. And look, even the Bills were running the same run play over and over again. They kept running that same run play that they run last week or the week before on the Panthers over and over again. They run it like 2 or 3 times a day. So it's like, I feel like our coaches just didn't even have these guys prepared this week. Yeah.
Coaching was bad. Matt with the 2 bombs says Mike wants Stoops to be up next after Andy.
Which one?
Hey, you talk about Mark.
No.
Marky Mark. Dude, I'd quit watching football.
Yeah.
I'd just give up. I'd just give up.
What about Matt LaFleur?
Matt, you hit a nerve. You hit a nerve with the Stoops thing.
Would you take Matt LaFleur? Would that be a guy you would handpick? The guy from the Packers? Do you like him?
No.
I can't really think of anybody I absolutely love as a coach, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like Mike McDaniels, but I think he obviously has his problems.
Oh, he's an idiot half the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you go.
I feel like he's more of a coordinator kind of guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Did you know Mike McDaniels is half black? I never knew that.
How'd you not know that? Now, I don't know. I could see how you didn't know that.
Stephen A. Smith didn't know it, apparently.
But yeah, Stephen A. Smith is a slap nut. I think if you pay attention, if you really paid attention, you could tell.
I really didn't know.
I think it fooled a lot of people. Did you see the picture of him with his parents and just were you flabbergasted?
I didn't even see that picture. But now that I think about it, I remember him telling the story about his mom and how he got his hat. She bought him a hat or something. He got it signed at camp or something one time. But I don't know. It was an odd story. But now that I think about it, I feel like he said it in his story one time, and I just forgot. Yeah, dude. I knew that for a long time. But it's funny because you can kind of see it. You can kind of see a little bit if you just look at the guy. But yeah, I think it took a lot of people caught him off guard there. Ramastambo with the 5 bomb says, Chiefs are the hot girlfriend that goes out and cheats on you every few weeks. Exactly. Like, you just can't trust them bitches for nothing. They'll go out and cheat on you with Josh Allen at any given moment. And he's a slap nut. like Andy. Can't commit to the running game. He just can't commit. Can't do it. He's got to go out and get a screen pass in every once in a while.
And you know what? I think you're right, Ramos. Those are the worst kind of people on the planet, too. No loyalty. You can't trust them. It's the worst. But here we are. Here we are.
Because you just don't know what you're going to get every day, you know?
Good God. Get
You think
together.
you're waking up? You think you're waking up and you're going to get some breakfast and you end up getting like a mild case of the herp.
Hannah with the 5 bombs says Andy said Jawan hurt his ankle. Plus Simmons come back after the bye. Are you saying please? So we can move, Moore to right tackle because Wanye is giving me PTSD. Moore was sick this week. I do know Moore was sick this week. Simmons, I'm not even begging no more. Just get your ass back to work. Juwan hurt his ankle. A lot of people, you know what's crazy? Juwan Taylor has played lights out football for like a month, right? He had a rough day today. He had a rough go at it today. And everybody on X, all the Chiefs fans, get rid of his ass. He sucks.
Right back to it.
Instantly. Why is he even out there? He's terrible. What are you talking about?
It's because,
Shut
again, if you ever get on their bad side, they're just never getting back on the good. I think Jawan Taylor's proved that.
You're going to sit here and tell me that you want to get rid of Jawan Taylor when Wanye Morris is a guy that's coming in after him? That's a wise decision. Good Lord. I'd rather cut off my left testicle than let Wanye Morris start at any position on this team. Just saying. Trey, been a member for 6 months now. Shout out. Says we've bargained Ben to Mahomes for years. Veach has to open up the wallet and get some pieces before the dynasty crumbles. So he's done a beautiful job of that on the offense. We have the pieces there. If Andy would know how to play the game of football sometimes, he just loses his mind. But I think the offense is good. Like, this is the most talented offense we've had in a long time. Defensively, I wouldn't say we're as talented on defense. We lost some key pieces, right? And we got a lot of young guys. But they still could be good. Spags kind of loses his way a little bit here and there. You saw him get out coached today by Slapnut and Slapnut Jr. But, I mean, overall, it does suck when you're looking at a team. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, we all know how good Patrick Mahomes can be. And when you put Patrick in the position to where he's trying to pass the football 35 times against 8 guys in coverage, that's not fair to him. It's just ridiculous. And it's just a stupid coaching decision, and I don't know why they ever do it. But, yeah, figure it out, guys. That's what Trey says. Bucky with a 10 bomb says, even if Veach got a Myles Garrett-type D lineman, history shows if Spags decided to use him, it would be as a linebacker covering St. Brown. LOL. Yeah. I don't even know. Like, what would it be like to have a pass rusher like a Myles Garrett or a Max Crosby or something like that? We don't even know what that looks like.
You're never getting
with
one.
Spags because he wants to get the Josh McCain-dos of the world.
Yeah, if it's not a dude that can't literally, like, you know how they do that drill at the combine where they put the hula hoops out and they have to, like, make the figure 8 around them to check the bend? If you can bend, Spags don't want you.
Yeah. Dude,
it's like a semi.
insane.
If you can't turn that semi around in like a 2-acre field, he ain't wanting it.
I mean, I think anyone that had eyeballs in their heads and know anything about football knew that Nick Bonito was going to be good.
He had the best bend of any prospect I'd watched him forever.
We preached it and preached it on this channel. And all that entire draft process, like, please, just get us Nick Bonito. Instead, he goes to Denver and just is destroying people.
Nick Bonito was one that wasn't talked about, and we begged and we pleaded and said, hey, this is the guy people should be watching for.
Got to get him.
On the other hand, you had a guy like Phoenix Enudike Uzama, and you were reading every other day how the Chiefs liked him. And that was probably going to be the pick. And the difference in that evaluation was this. Nobody talked about the other guy, and you genuinely watched his film and could figure out he was a good football player. With Felix, it was almost guaranteed we were going to pick him. So it became watch film and find what you might like about this guy, because God forbid, whether you like him or not, he's coming to Kansas City.
Right. In hindsight, I think they picked him because they knew he wasn't going to be any good, and we refused to get good defensive ends.
So basically, you watched film on him to just try to find something that would make him relatively translate to a first-round pick. And the best thing that we could all come up with was that he had some decent pass rush arsenal. And, be damned that he couldn't stop the run, I guess.
Yeah, dude. I think I got to give him props for George Karlaftis. I think he was a good pick, and I think George Karlaftis is a really good piece. But George Karlaftis is not going to be able to do it by himself. He's not an Aiden Hutchinson. He's not a Myles Garrett. He's not going to go out there and just wreck a game. It's not going to happen. But he can put a lot of pressure on, but you're going to have somebody else going with him.
You got to have somebody to clean it up.
Yeah, have to. And right now we don't. KT Lee with a 2-bomb says, did we miss Pacheco this game? No.
He wouldn't have ran.
No, absolutely not. Kareem Hunt was dicing these boys up, and he wouldn't even get the ball. So it wouldn't matter who was out there. You could have had prime Adrian Peterson on the football field, and Andy Reid wouldn't have handed him the football today.
Do you want to know how predictable Andy Reid is? The line today, knowing that Buffalo could not stop the run, the line today, knowing that Kareem Hunt was the starter, was over under 11.5 carries, and he had 11 carries on the dot.
Andy.
So if you'd have took the over, you lost that. And Vegas knew it.
Andy, are you in cahoots?
That's how predictable Andy Reid is when it comes to like running the ball.
That's pretty sad, isn't it? That's wild.
That your starting running back barely got double-digit runs against the worst run defense in the league.
That's insanity. Hannah with a 2-bomb says Seahawks are up 28-0. We did okay relatively. There's a silver lining. Who are they playing? Who are they beating 28-0?
The Commanders.
Oh.
No, the silver lining is we didn't beat the Commanders 28-0, so we're not as good as the Seahawks. There's your non-silver lining back.
Bro. Appreciate the 2, Hannah. Just a frustrating game altogether. I think we can all agree on that. We're going to be here for a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, get them in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't already. It just takes a second. It helps us out. I appreciate you all being here. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. Also hit that subscribe button. Hang out with us more often. We pump out Chiefs content weekly all year long. Never stops. So you want to be subscribed to this channel. It's the greatest Chiefs channel for Chiefs fans worldwide, not just in Kansas City, but all over the world. So we always tell everybody, if you're new to the channel, get in the chat and let us know where you're watching from. We want to know, because we know Chiefs Kingdom is worldwide, baby, and that's what we represent. Also, if you guys want to join, become part of the ACU crew, there's some cool perks to that. We just gave away a signed Tamba Hali picture and a signed Charles Omenihu jersey a couple days ago. This month, in the members-only live stream, we'll be giving away a signed Noah Gray jersey and possibly a couple other things. It just depends on how that all works out. Go to join.allchiefedup.com to join. It's just $4.99 a month. We also have merch at merch.allchiefedup.com. You can go check that out over there. Use the code HORNTSEASON. That's HORNTSZN. You can get 15% off anything in the store right now. I think it's 15%. It might be 20. I don't even remember. But go use that code and buy yourself something nice. Got some nice Christmas shirts that you might want to get. That way you're the coolest guy at the party this year. It's coming up. It's coming up soon. It's officially almost Christmas time because Halloween's over. So go do it to it. But yeah, man, let's get back to the chat. We want to know what you guys think about everything. So hit us up. We got a few more minutes. Mike, we got Nate with the 5-bomb. Says, can you power rank the AFC after this game? Where are we honestly? Are we worse than Denver? And at least we aren't the Raiders still. Okay, so power ranking the AFC right now, the Chiefs, after today's performance, I mean, if this is what Andy's going to do, they're not the top of the AFC.
It's impossible to power rank the Chiefs because we're like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. Like they potentially could be number one in the league
in football.
Yeah.
But when the coaches act like a bunch of slapnuts, we can also look like the worst team in football.
Yeah, dude.
And I mean, we didn't even look like the worst team in football today. Like, we didn't look horrible. But if you think about it all day, did you ever feel like our offense found any identity at what they wanted to do all day long? No.
No.
Did our defense ever look like they, for 1 second, had a beat on what Josh Allen, that offense, was doing? No.
Right.
And we lost by 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, here's what it's got to be. If we were really ranking them right now, I think, like, as much as I think they're pretenders, I think the Colts and the Patriots and the Broncos, they all have to be up at the top. They do. They're all 7-2. I don't think you can slide them that much. Then you can throw Buffalo in there. And I think even the Steelers have an argument that they should be ahead of the Chiefs right now at 5-3, and they're not good. So I would put the Chiefs.
What about the Jaguars? They beat us. What's their record right now?
I don't know.
I mean, did they win today? Or did they get beat by the Raiders today?
Let me look.
They may have got beat by the Raiders.
They're 5-3. Yeah, so they're right there with the Steelers at 5-3. I think that the Chargers could potentially be ahead of us. Though. So I think the Chargers got ahead. I think, honestly, if you wanted to be honest about it and you had to be objective, the Chiefs are probably about 6th.
But
They're
I
either
believe we're
6 or
better
7.
than the Chargers. I believe we're
100%.
better.
I think we're better than every team that's above us.
We're better than the Steelers, and we're better than Jacksonville, even though we didn't win that game. We're better than those three. I think you could say the Bills we're better than the Bills, honestly. But I mean, we did lose one today, so I'll give the
Hey,
Bills.
they didn't even have their starters out there.
So I'm going to say, yeah. So with the 4 teams ahead of us, I would say we're 5th. I would put us 5th in the AFC.
Yeah, which is sad.
And we're not even in the playoffs yet, so
That's real sad.
it's great.
Hannah with another 5 says, now that I'm done ranting, redialing up 10-step drop back fake screen, 20-yard crosser on 4th and 17 is one of the most diabolical creative play calls. Man, I wish Andy would have just stuck vanilla today. As much as people say he does it, I wish he would have done that today. Loved that play. That was cool and all, but good God, if he would have just ran the football. I mean, we'd be in a whole different position. We'd be having a whole different conversation tonight.
I'm almost positive we ran that play versus Buffalo last year.
We might have. You have to go back and look.
I'm almost positive we did.
We have to go back and look, man. We might have. Appreciate the 5, Hannah. Yeah, man. Just frustrating overall. It really sucks that you drop a game that you shouldn't drop, especially when the Donkeys pulled a game out of their ass today, and then the Chargers pulled one out of their ass today.
And
It's
especially
just like,
with Butker looking like this.
I know, Butker even had the shorts on. Good grief, bro. But you can't even blame Butker today. Butker did his job.
Somebody
good
will
Lord.
try. Somebody will try it.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's just frustrating, like I was saying, because things are not going your way. And when things are not going your way, you cannot drop games you shouldn't drop. You just can't do it. You're just adding fuel to the fire. So here's the thing, though. It does suck to lose this one. It sucks that the Chiefs are 5-4. It sucks that they're 2 games back in the freaking division. But I think the Chiefs have the team and the talent to get out there, run this table. They could win at least 7 of the next 8 and be in a position at the end of the year where it's like, oh, well, remember back at the bye week when we thought Denver was actually a good team and they're 7-2, and all of a sudden they're, 11 and end of the season 11-6 or something like that. I think that the Chiefs have a good opportunity to still win the division, and I absolutely think they have a great opportunity of getting a wild card spot. Now, here's the thing. If the Chiefs get themselves into the dance, we know what they can do. We know that at any given time, they can go on a tear, right?
Oh, they're going to win that dance battle.
We just got to get them. We just got to get to that point, right? The Chiefs just have to punch their ticket. That's all they got to do.
We just got to find a date for prom. We got to
find a date.
We got to get in. That's all it is.
Get horned up.
Get a summer job and buy a ticket. Do something.
Shout out Basham becoming a member. Appreciate you, my man.
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go. Welcome to the crew. You guys should do the same thing.
Will you answer this one from Daryl? He says, why is it with the Chiefs always struggle? So I'm guessing he says, why does the Chiefs always struggle against the Bills in the regular season? Steve, what do you think this is? Why do you think every year, and again, you can say Josh Allen played a perfect game, but he does that because our defense never seems to be prepared for him.
Right.
We never seem to have a good game plan. We never seem to be motivated like these teams are. This reminds me. Didn't this always remind me of like the year the Bengals talked trash, and they talked trash to our faces all week long, and then went there and beat us because we just went there and laid down. You were so irate over that game. That's the most I ever seen you mad.
Of course, but I'm used to it now.
Isn't that the reason though?
Yeah, 100%. The only reason that they struggle is because of this one thing. Buffalo plays the Chiefs, no matter if it's playoffs, regular season, preseason, like it is the end of the world if they lose.
Yeah, they want to win that game more than
They
anything.
come out with their assholes on fire, going crazy. They put 120% effort in at every freaking aspect of the game. Josh Allen somehow just turns into an actual good quarterback that never turns the ball over. Like, they do everything perfectly, and they're so fired up and just ready for this matchup. We always approach the regular season game as just another game. And we walk out there with our thumbs up our ass, and we get beat. That's what happens. It's all the motivation behind it. It's the intensity that they bring to the football field. You can't go out in a matchup when guys are out. It's the same as a divisional game, dude.
Yeah.
You can't go out to any divisional game and just be in la la land. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Teams are coming after you. You've got to match the intensity, and you've got to stop being a slapnut and shooting yourself in the foot if you're Andy Reid.
Yeah, because honestly, over the past few years, we've sleepwalked through the majority of these and just got lucky and won them. Be it in the last little bit or something. But it gets annoying because it's like, why does this team have to sleepwalk through the regular season at times in these big critical games versus these big critical I hate to call these guys like rivals because I really do not feel
I don't
like we're
see
a
the
rivalry.
rivalry here. I think it's stupid, but the thing about it is this one's a little bit different, right? Because normally it's not that big of a deal. This year that had playoff
This
implications.
year feels like this had some implications.
Yeah.
And
It
the Chiefs
absolutely did.
still just took the L today. As if we're just guaranteed to win the AFC West.
It wouldn't be as frustrating if it wasn't painfully obvious that all you had to do was run the football with Kareem Hunt and we would have won the football game. It's that simple. It's like literally someone giving you the answers to the test and you just threw it in the trash.
Can I say this?
Pissed on it.
The Chiefs ran the ball less than, I want to say Kareem Hunt had less than 8 carries in the first half. And he was averaging at
Over
halftime,
5 yards.
It was 7.1.
That's pathetic. You're averaging 7 yards a carry and you don't hand them the ball. That is the most dipshit stuff I've ever heard.
Especially
You deserve to lose at that point.
when you started the game, 3 pass plays and punt, then you got the ball back and you scored a touchdown. 6 out of 7 plays were a run. And you marched it right down the field and scored, and then you went away from it.
Yeah, dude, as much as I hate to say it, you deserve to lose that football game if you're that
The Chiefs
stupid.
played so bad
Yeah.
today, and Andy was such a slapnut that they deserved to lose 2 games for this game.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's pathetic, dude.
They should lose 2 games in the rankings over this.
Good God. You could pull someone off the street that had never coached football before, that knows nothing about football, and all you had to do was say, call a run play or a pass play.
Steve,
They would
we're
have
just
kept
being
calling run
dramatic.
plays. They would have kept calling run plays because it was working.
We're just being dramatic.
It's that simple. Hannah with another 2 says Chiefs taking Medea to the prom, given how we played. Hey, I'll tell you what, as long as we get there, as long as we get to the dance, we got a chance. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I don't know about it.
Oh, come on. I set you up. All you got to
We
do
got
is
a
keep
chance.
rhyming.
Oh,
No,
you wanted to rhyme that?
Yeah.
What'd you rhyme? Dance and chance?
Yeah.
I don't even know another one. Jim Nance?
Yeah. Prance.
Okay.
Lance.
Prance. We could go in and prance. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm tired of talking about this game, to be honest. I'm dead serious.
I am. Guys, we
It
got a
kinda
bye
gives me
week
a
coming up.
migraine.
It sucks that we have to sit on this one for 2 weeks. It's like, good Lord, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
guys, we can't
hopefully-
let this affect our moods for 2 weeks.
No.
We got to look.
No.
We can be irritated for the rest of the night, but tomorrow we need to wake up. We need to sleep it off, get up tomorrow, and hope Brett Veach does something before Tuesday at 4.
Yeah.
That's our next focus. So tomorrow, here's what we're gonna do.
Please.
Tomorrow, me and Steve are gonna get up,
Please. For the
and we're going to do a Q&A like we always do. So we're going to post this up tonight, questions, comments, and concerns going into the bye week, going into the second half of the season. And we're actually going to do this episode. We're not even going to do a real episode. We're going to do this live tomorrow. We're going to do a live Q&A session with you guys.
Yes,
We're going to do,
sir.
since we're going into a bye week, we're going to do things a little different from here out. So we're going to do a Q&A live with you guys tomorrow. I don't know, Steve. We're probably going to do it during the day, right? I think we're going to do it during the day. We're not going to wait and do it at nighttime. So it's going to be during the day. If you miss it, if you're at work or whatever, you can catch it when you get home. It's just like a regular
Or
video.
you can
Just go in there and
sneak
find
off
it.
to the bathroom and get paid to poop
Right.
and watch all chiefed up.
So look, we're going to answer questions. We're going to get to as many as we can tomorrow. It's just going to be a nice little 30, 45 hour long live stream. We're going to do that. We're going to give you guys plenty of content this week. Hopefully we can talk a little bit about Brett Veach and finding somebody to help this pass rush. Hopefully there's more good news. Maybe Josh Simmons gets back this week. We just got to focus on the positive. Because, look, it does no good to dwell on the negative over and over again. This team is really good. I still defend it. They're good.
Yeah.
They just played bad today because the coaches put them in piss-poor situations. That was it. Blame the coaching
100%.
staff.
100%. They have got to get it together, dude. They are better than that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, man, this was a nice little therapy session, as Jim Ludwig says here. We're the therapy. Nice little vent sesh, but it's over. It's over and done. Nothing you can do about it now. But we know what the problem is. We know the team's not bad. We literally know that Andy Reid coached us 2-0 today. We know this.
Hey, Jamie says no passes to Kareem or
The
Smith.
only ones that they did were like severely delayed, like
They tried to throw one to Brashard Smith and hit somebody in the head. Was it Trey Smith?
yeah. Well, there's another one. They were trying to do those delayed screens, but why the hell would you try to do a delayed screen on a team that's not blitzing? Like, what were
that
you
made no
trying to
sense.
do?
You let the 8 guys in.
What are you trying to do
on the back end recover and get downhill on you?
I mean, just if you really go back and look at the way this game was called today
I feel like
offensively,
Brett Veach and Matt
it is
Nagy were
insane.
drunk. Did
Brett
somebody
Veach?
spike
Why
their
is Brett
buffalo
Veach drunk?
sauce?
Dang, I mean, Brett Veach might have got drunk after watching it, but I don't know what that had to do with anything.
Oh, Nagy and Reed, they're drunk. Somebody spiked their. Did I say Veach?
Yeah, I think so.
I said Reed. I think.
I don't think you did.
I
I
don't
think you
care
said
what
Veach.
I said.
Y'all
to
get in
be
the chat and
honest-
let me know if Mike said Veach.
But to be honest,
or
everybody
I'm
should
losing
get
my
drunk
mind.
at this point.
No, I mean, honestly, the way this offense was called today was absolutely pathetic. Like, it was so bad. This might be one of the worst Andy Reid called games that we've ever seen. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the Super Bowl. It reminded me a lot of that Super Bowl. Like, let's just not run and let's get behind and then let's continue to.
Steve,
you know.
Mike Hoochie says, "Are you trying to look like Kelsey or no?"
Who?
Mike Hoochie.
What about Kelsey?
Are you trying to look like Kelsey? I don't know who he's talking to. Neither one of us look like Kelsey. But if I could look like Kelsey, I probably would. He's a fine-looking gentleman. He's dating the biggest pop star in the world. He's rich. He's got a big schlong, apparently, according to Taylor Swift. That old Redwood walking around, Big Yeti.
What if he didn't?
This
She
guy
just called it the
is,
Redwood. And he was extremely average.
This guy's got a freaking 5 or 6 head and a fake burner name on YouTube. So, I mean, he's living life. So, you know what? I'll take Kelsey if that means I don't have to look like.
I wonder if we could piece Kelsey together out of
That
the two
guy.
of us. Like, what if we took part of my face and part of your face, like your eyes, and put them on my face? You think we could at least get like 60% Travis Kelsey?
No, we could not. But I will say, if I put on the construction vest,
Ooh,
we got a shot.
bro, you think he saw the picture?
Maybe. Whatever. You know what? Here's what I'll say. I'm done with talking about the game today. Like, I'm just straight up done with it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You guys want to talk about something else for 2 or 3 minutes before we get off here?
we can talk for 2 or 3 minutes about something else. But look, no more with that game. The Bills beat our ass today. I'm man enough to say it. They beat our ass. The Chiefs didn't deserve to win that game. We should lose 2 games because our coaches screwed up so much.
I mean, honestly, the way that Andy handed it to him, they would have been the biggest idiots on the planet to lose the game today.
Yeah, you may have had to been the worst team ever if you'd have lost that game the way we played it.
Yeah. I mean, we knew what worked and we just didn't want to do it. So
I honestly believe we could have played the Jets today and it would have been a hell of a game. We may have pulled it out at the end, but I bet you the Jets would have been right there with us the way we were playing.
yeah. Yep. Hey, it's no big deal. Andy knows. Andy probably already went and talked to the media and said, "This one's on me."
Oh, I guarantee
Should have
you.
ran the ball more.
Look, I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody in the chat said that they heard Andy didn't take questions after the game. That would be a first, but I wouldn't.
No.
Look, Andy, if you're watching, and I know you're not,
if somebody knows,
but
Andy,
dude, you got to get better. Look, Andy's the greatest coach in the world, in my opinion. I love Andy.
I just can't
He's such
figure
a
it
good
out.
dude.
I can't
But
figure out
come on.
how can you have such a great offensive mind? How can you be one of the best to ever do it? One of the best coaches to ever do it. I know he knows he just needs to run the football. There's no way that he doesn't know that. Like, what the hell is he doing? Like, there's no way in this game that he looked at what Kareem Hunt was doing and was like, well, this ain't working. We need to pass. I know that's not what happened.
He
So
said,
what in the hell is going on?
He said, "Nah,
It's truly
what's he at?
mind
7.1
blowing.
yards per carry. 7.1, not enough.
It's truly
Pass the ball.
mind blowing. Like, I don't understand. Do you think he gets held hostage? Somebody's like, if you keep running that damn ball, I swear to God. Like
Okay, London says Andy definitely spoke. I thought that would have been really weird.
Andy spoke. What did he say, London? He said, "This one's on me."
Boyd says can't find a video of Andy speaking. I'm sure he probably did. I don't know. Look, let's not start rumors, I guess. Look, everybody hit the like button. Just hit the like button. Help us out at least. Look, the Chiefs might have shit the bed today, but don't let all Chief Duff shit it too. Let us have a successful video. So go ahead and hit this like button. Share it with a friend and let them get a nice little vent therapy session going. And yeah, man, just watch out this week. We're going to have some content. And again, we're going to the bye week, so who knows what the content's going to look like.
Yep.
But we're going to deliver it.
Live
Because we
Q&A
do.
tomorrow. Live Q&A tomorrow. So get your questions together. Let this one marinate for a little
Come
bit.
watch that thing.
and get over here, ask us some questions. Let's have a good time and try to bring the spirits up tomorrow. We'll get the positivity going again. Today's a day for reflection on what the hell Andy Reid was thinking. And tomorrow we can go on, and figure out what's next.
London, I don't know who you're watching, but we're not depressed or worried. We're actually laughing that we lost today.
I think we've said at least 30 times in this 1 hour live stream, like, this team is really good. And not worried about it, but why didn't they run the football today? I don't know. And London, are you effing with us right now? Are you being Sherman Merman? Is that what's happening?
And I'm going to tell you, but this is just, it's life, isn't it, though? Like, it doesn't matter what we say. There's always the other side that can complain. So
Mike, what time on the live tomorrow? Everybody's wanting to know, what time are we going to go live and do the Q&A tomorrow?
Well, we're probably going to do it early because we'll probably do it around, we used to do noon lives during the week. I don't know if I want to do it that early, but we're going to do it early. We're not going to do it in the evening time. So we're going to do it probably
afternoon.
A little bit afternoon. So we'll say maybe 12:1 your all's time, maybe 1 to 2 our time. So it ain't going to be super early, ain't going to be super late. We're going to put it out, let it run for the day. That way if people can't do it, they can get home, watch after work or whatever. So,
London, don't you put words in my mouth. I would never fire Andy Reid. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, we never once said fire Andy Reid.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
What are we talking about?
We just said Andy's got to start running the football.
London, unclog them ears, big dog. Q-tip, something. Nobody
all
ever
I'm
said
saying,
fire Andy Reid.
All I'm saying is if Andy Reid went to a preschool and he sat on the magic carpet and he picked up the square peg and put it in the square hole and it was working, that he should continue to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Shout out Holly for the 2 bombs. She said, Mike, go get you an emotional support apple
Yeah.
pie at McDonald's.
Hey, let's get a McDonald's fun going for Mike. Is that what you need? You need a QPC.
I don't. Hey, man, you know what I ate there? I went by there after we watched Zoe's basketball game, though. I went by McDonald's. And you know what I come up with? I come up with a monstrosity of a sandwich. And I'm going to tell you guys, and you tell me on a scale from 1 to 10 how amazing this was or how gross it was.
Okay, and I'm going to do the exact same thing McDonald's hack for breakfast, okay? So you go first.
Okay, so here's what I did. I went to McDonald's, and I love the McDonald's fish fillet. Those things are fire, baby.
They are good. I don't care what people
bun.
Say. I don't care what people say.
I don't usually eat a lot of fish, right? I'm not Catholic. I'm not like Butker. I'm not out here having a fish and loaves kind of week.
You are a fish eater, though.
But they had McDonald's fish is fire. I love it. So anyways, I got the fish, but I got the double fish. And then, you know what else I did? I was living dangerously. I said, look, Mike, you need more protein today. I triple fished it.
Triple fish.
A triple fish with extra tartar sauce and the softest bun. And the lady who brought it out said, 3 fish fillets, really? She really shamed me. And I said, lady,
shamed you.
I'm watching the carbs. I'm amping up the protein. Let it be. And she just looked at me right in the face and said, okay. Just walked away.
So you didn't come up with anything game changing.
It wasn't
you
game
just
changing.
added,
I'm just saying,
you
how
just added an
diabolical.
extra fish fillet to
How
the double.
diabolical for a triple fish fillet.
Look, I got something a lot more controversial. Okay? And I'm just going to tell you, before you judge me, you got to go try what I'm telling you to do. And it's not going to sound great, okay? It's not going to sound good. But you're still going to try it before you even say anything bad, because I guarantee you if you eat it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So let me tell you, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go for breakfast at McDonald's. And first of all, you always get a Coke Zero from McDonald's. Just do it.
They're spicy. Those
extra
Cokes
cold,
there are
extra
spicy,
crispy.
baby.
Extra crispy, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Anyway, so here's what you do. You get a freaking crispy chicken McGriddle.
I don't even know what that is.
You know what a McGriddle is. This is a little...
They have a crispy chicken McGriddle, though? I thought you had to get sausage on it.
No. Crispy chicken McGriddle, add cheese, and add spicy sauce.
With a syrupy McGriddle bun?
Look, I told you it doesn't. Just trust me on this.
Steve,
one.
yours is way worse.
Trust
than
me
the
on.
triple
No.
fish.
Trust me on this one. The crispy chicken McGriddle. Add cheese. Add spicy sauce. Thank me later. Get you a nice crispy Coke Zero with it.
Can you do that 24 hours a day? Can I go right now? And
you
get
have to
that?
go. You have to go to breakfast. I don't care if you think you hate McGriddle, Sam Lofton. Just try it.
Let's all try it. Let's start calling it the Steve. And if it sucks, we're shaming you forever.
I'm telling you, it's good.
Oh,
it's
Holly
real
said
good.
it would be kind of like chicken and waffles.
It is. It's so good.
So I guess, okay.
But the
Man,
questionable
you better
part.
do that online, 'cause how do you order that?
Oh, I always do it on the app. Who doesn't order on the app in 2025?
I didn't actually talk to a human.
There's
in order
no
to
way
triple
that you
fish.
went to the speaker and talk. If you're the person that goes in the drive-thru and talks at the speaker and holds me up, I'm pissed at you
No,
because it is 2025. Quit ordering at the speaker.
I went in.
You
the
tell
store.
them 4 freaking letters and numbers they give you and move on. Like,
went
what are
in
we
the
doing?
store. I ate in the store. I had to talk to a human.
Yeah,
in order to
Duchess-
triple fish.
You add the cheese. It doesn't sound good to add the cheese and the spicy
Okay,
sauce, but it's
forget it.
imperative that you do so.
Duchess isn't liking it. She said cheese.
I'm
and
telling
syrup,
you,
bro.
it's a sweet and salty thing, and trust
don't know
me,
what it
trust me on this one.
Y'all, look, we
Trust
appreciate
me.
you sticking with us through all the sad and all the McDonald's talk. Hit that like button on the way out. We appreciate everybody that donated today. You guys are real. Me and Steve were just talking about this. The Chiefs losing. That's taking half of our month this week or this month and just crushing it because nobody's going to be horned. Nobody's going to be fired up to watch football. And we're going into a
Yeah.
bye week.
Making our jobs a lot damn harder.
Making our job suck. So look, we're going to try to keep it together for everybody. We're going to try to stay positive here.
We're gonna try to pay rent next month. We're gonna try to.
Hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Shout out DraftKings for sponsoring. Shout out Zarda too. If you guys are in the area, go to Zarda. Tell them All Chiefed Up sent you. Get yourself a takeaway sandwich. The Ashton gelati.
yeah.
It's awesome if you like spice.
Hey,
By the way,
By the way,
are you
I
going
don't
to
know what
talk
you
about the frickin' blueberry syrup or what?
no, I'm gonna cut you off right here. I will not have no more Zarda hate in the chat.
Oh, somebody slandered.
Y'all got to stop slandering Zarda because they're low key. And I read this in the chat too, and it made me happy. Someone said they're low key top 5, but no one wants to talk about it. And I agree. Go get yourself a Zarda sandwich.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that Q39's not good and Slaps is good. There's a lot of good barbecue, but Zarda
Jack
gets
Stack?
disrespected.
They do. Get your
And
ass
we
over to
had-
Zarda.
look, not
the Casey
anymore.
takeaway.
All Chiefed Up's helping Zarda get back in the game.
We're getting back in the game. Y'all help them too, and then you tell them All Chiefed Up sent you. You'll love it. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with that Q&A. We'll just say afternoon for now. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll post a little early. That way you'll know. All right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's have a good night, or try to, and we'll see you then. Go Chiefs.
Get wild.